Hey, what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 169. Nice, and we are recording on December 13th, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Nice.
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Discord.gg/SojuTalk.
Professional link.
In terms of announcements, we do have some this week. The first one, I know this is like once in a blue moon for us, but we are taking a break for a little bit.
Yeah.
Not that long though, so there is no official episode next week. Episode 170 will probably end up being the first episode of next year, I think is what we'll do. Something like that. We'll figure out the numbering as we go. Additionally, there will be an award show. It is dropping before the 31st. We will not say when because Warren's going out of town for a bit. I'm going out of town. It's overlapping at certain points. But whenever we're all back, we will record it and release it by the 31st. So there is that. And then some of you who have been here a long time are probably wondering what's going to happen to the review and predictions episode. Long story short, there will be no review this year. It's like we feel like the amount of effort that it takes to plan that and the amount of people that actually like consume that content, it's not really worth it. But we do know a lot of people like the predictions, so we'll be doing them at the end of the awards show because the awards don't take all that long. So be on the lookout for that. All right, I think I covered everything there.
Yep.
All right, Warren, give us the Winter World Cup thing update. Yes.
Winter Wonder World Cup, ladies and gentlemen. It's currently in the round of 16s. If you don't know what it is, in a tournament knockout match format, the entire Discord server, our entire representation of the listener base, is choosing Song of the Year in a tournament format. If you're still not doing it, go join the Discord to join. But
Yes.
here's the update. We're in the round of 16s, which means there are a total of 16 songs fighting every day 1v1. So far, here are the matchups, right? On the 9th, we had ASAP by Stacey versus Because by Dreamcatcher. ASAP moves on to the next round. Because was a great song, but ASAP was more popular. I'm sorry. On the 10th, we had a very strong match between We Go by Fromis 9 and Panorama by ATEEZ. Not gonna lie, I thought the Wiz One power was a little stronger. I thought.
Hey man, I voted for We Go.
I voted for We Go too.
yeah, it's a better song,
man. But We Go is a banger of a track, so it's moving on to the quarterfinals where ASAP and We Go are gonna fight against each other on the 17th.
Oh man.
Damn.
Gonna be a great match. On December 11th, we had Savage by aespa versus Rock With You by 17. This was also a really close match.
It was super close.
The entire first 16 or so hours was a straight tie. It just kept going back and forth. But I think the people were kind of persuaded by the experimentalness of Savage. So it moves on to the next round.
Oh my gosh.
Yesterday, as of recording date on December 12th, we had The Feels by Twice versus Lilac by IU. And we had The Feels win. We had The Feels take the win. That was also a very tight race. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was a little sad to see Lilac fall down because it's one of my favorite songs of the year. But The Feels is also great. Everyone kind of loves that song too. So I
was just gonna run through the rest of it real quick, or do you want to do it?
Yeah. No, you can run through the rest too. Yeah.
All right. Today's matchup, though, this is the quick preview for the rest of the first round. Today, Stereotype by Stacey is versing Last Waltz by Twice. This is very contentious at the moment.
Ooh, yeah.
I know you're listening to this right now. It's already over by the time you're listening to this, so it's very contentious, though. Next one is on the 14th. We're gonna have After School by Weekly versus Advice by Taemin. The following day, on the 15th, Next Level by aespa versus Butter by BTS. That's, boy. I think, the highlight of the first round, honestly. Yeah. And then the last matchup of the first round is Love Song by TXT versus Hello Future by NCT Dream. So 01 Love Song versus Hello Future. I think that's a crazy matchup as well.
Those are some of the best boy group. Some of the best boy group songs of the year. So hey, if you want to have your voice heard, go join the Discord. Discord.gg/SojuTalk. Do it. Go join.
We also made the decision, because before the episode we were talking about the award show. So we're doing some trade-offs this year, right? Normally, historically, we let the nation kind of have their input as the fourth entity tiebreaker for each of the awards. We're scrapping that idea. What we're doing instead, we're compensating you all. The winner of the Winter Wonder World Cup is the Song of the Year Daesang. It is just winning.
That's it.
We don't have any say. Like, it is the Song of the Year Daesang. It is on you guys this year, 100%. Like, we might talk about how crazy you are, but it is your decision at the end of the day. So this does have implications going forward. And we're going to mask the winner of the entire thing until the award show too. So everyone will find out who won it at the end for the final round. So that should be pretty exciting.
There will be votes going on till every day until Christmas Eve on the December 24th. So, you know, if you want to have a say in what is Song of the Year in the SojuTalk Nation, now is your chance to join the Discord. A bunch of you guys have joined in the last couple of weeks. Thank you.
It's been going nuts. Yeah.
Thank you for everybody that are like voting every day too. Like I'm seeing a lot of new names. Glad to see you guys out here. I really do want to connect with the people who listen to us. So thank you so much.
All right, longest intro we've ever done, 6 minutes, but we're now at part 1 of SojuTalk, episode 169. We're going to talk about some big new releases. We're going to choose the Spicy Song King and hit you with the music show winners for the last time of 2021. All right, big new releases. We're covering 3. We're covering Lucy, NCT U, and ATEEZ. So let's first talk about Lucy's Rolling Rolling, which came out on December 7th, which was a Tuesday. So they are from Mystic Story, debuted 2019, and their last 3 songs were Irrelevant Answer, I Got You, and Hero. This is probably my favorite song of the week.
Very nice.
And the Discord is really sleeping on this song. I think everyone just sleeps on Lucy as a whole, right?
I mean, you know what? I wasn't really big on Lucy until today. Not gonna lie. Like, I haven't heard a lot of their stuff, you know? Because they aren't a band you see people talk about often. When people talk about K-pop bands, you usually hear people like Day6 and Flying. And then
older ones are like CM Blue, FT Island.
Right. And then Lucy is like not talked about often. So I you know, not gonna lie, I wasn't really familiar with them until today either, you know? Like, but I kind of agree with you.
Yeah, they have this a little bit electronica, whimsical sound. Warren called it like a J-rock sound tiny bit, right?
Yeah, so I was going through a lot of their discography today because this is my first time talking about Lucy on the show. I was getting a lot of notes of like Frederick or Radwimps or Sekai no
Radwimps. Yes.
Yeah. Track 6 on this EP has a big Radwimps vibe to it. I was also hearing stuff like Hoshino Gen, which is like a J-pop person completely. Not a bad thing, but you know, it's always cool to see those references play a part in the creative process, I think. And we're getting a lot of that here. I don't know. Am I the only one that kind of felt that? Like J-pop,
no.
J-rocky?
I
really
definitely
right
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think while I was listening to it, I was like, oh, this is so nice. And like the instrumental quality of it made me think of the films, right? The animated films that use this sort of J-rock type of sound, like very like rock, but with a very electronic sound as well. And I was thinking of like, if you watch like Your Name, that kind of movie, that kind of vibe as well. Like I could hear this song in that sort of movie.
Right. Like
so
a very
it
pop
sense.
heavy. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's like plagiarism or anything though.
Oh,
like,
no.
No, I don't think this is a bad thing at all. Because while it's clear where they're getting like references and like their stylistic origins from, I still feel like they do have a solid. I'd have to listen a bit more to the Lucy discography to say that, but I do feel like as of right now that they do have a strong, solid voice of their own, and like you know that's what matters at the end of the day, right? Yeah, I don't know. How about you, Doug? Did you?
I mean, I'm always digging Lucy. I've been talking about them for a while. One of our mods, Wolf, put me on the Lucy hype train a while back.
Nice.
There's something about their sound, and they have the violinist Ye-chan just really like. I think he kind of like brings the group together, kind of adds something to them. They do like in other songs. I don't know if it was in this one, but in other songs, there's violin solos all of a sudden instead of guitar solos, and it's just like it's something different, right? And it just really helps out, I think.
it plays a very critical role, I think, in creating like a pop heavy sound, and they use it really, really well. I really, really like it. There are points, however, in the chorus where like you hear the guitar and the violin play the same thing at the same time, and they're stacked on top of each other in the same like octave. And at that point, I was like, is that necessary? Why don't we just play the violin? You know, like get the guitar out of here. No offense to guitarists, but I am a violinist, so I'm gonna take that.
Biased.
Yeah, this is what it is. What you gonna do? Also, I was paying attention to the lyrics a whole bunch, right? That is something I do, and this was very nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Very
Like-
refreshing, hopeful.
Right, very hopeful, and like I like the message too, but the way those words were written was very not cringy, you know, not cheesy. It was very natural and fluid, and very, it was very fluid. Very
And
fluid.
Warren's got a lot to say about cringy things later in the show, so that's a quick.
Oh
spoiler.
boy.
You know, if you think about Lucy, right? Mystic Story. Lucy and Billy are in the same company.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Mystic Story.
ridiculously different spectrums of music, right?
I mean, then you think of like the older people of Mystic Story, who's like Yoon Jong-shin, like they got a big, wide spectrum of artists.
Jo Jung-chi, right? Eddie Kim is in there. They just have like a ridiculous breadth of music right now in that company, right?
Low
It's kind
key.
of crazy.
Low key, Mystic Story is one of those like indie-esque, more traditional K-pop companies that produce a lot of well-made music. Mystic Story is one, Antenna Music is one.
Yep.
These guys are great. You guys got to check them out if you really want to like get a full breadth of what it means to do like Korean pop music. Overall, though, can you talk about the music video real quick?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because even there, I was getting like a Japanese sense.
Cityscapes. Yeah.
Right. Then I saw this guy like playing baseball, and I was like, "That's a straight up weeb thing. That's
That's a Japan thing for sure.
right. If it was Korean, we'd be going to the PC bongs or playing soccer. Like we're straight playing StarCraft at that point. But I mean, you know, it was really nice, like seeing all those cityscapes, and it kind
I
of.
thought
makes
there were a
sense.
lot of like Japan anime vibes going on too, you know?
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the
Oh,
only.
there's tropes. There's tropes for sure.
Okay.
Anita, you got anything else to say about Lucy?
I don't know. I feel like I knew about Lucy before this song, right? Like I knew about their debut, kind of like how the band was formed through the show. So I was familiar, and I've heard some of their songs before. One of my favorites is actually an instrumental that is off of their debut. I think it's really, really pretty. Has more of a definitely more movie vibes. And I don't know, I feel like I like that they bring this into this song as well. And I really love the vocals. Sang-yeop, the main vocalist, he is so good. I really like his voice.
I like his voice too.
Yeah, so
I-
I don't know, it's great.
I read that like earlier on in their discography, they were doing ambient rock. Is that something you're familiar with?
Well, I was thinking of the song that I really like, which is all instrumental. I can't think of the name right now, but it's towards the end of the album or the mini album, I think, and it does have that ambience to it, where it's like it has more of a storyline through it. Like it's not like pure instrumental, but it feels like there's a beginning, a middle, and end, and that's what made me think of a more cinematic feel. I don't know. I just really like how they use all of their instruments, like how they compose, how they arrange. It's really nice.
I think at the end of the day, if you still haven't checked out Lucy, if you're not familiar with who they are, that's totally fair because that's who I was about 48 hours ago. But you should take this opportunity to maybe go check them out because,
Yeah.
like Doug mentioned at the very top, people are taking a very long nap on these people. It's time to wake up. It's 8 a.m. Time to go to school. 7 a.m. Wake up.
No, yeah, for sure. Let's move on to the next song. A really small group too, NCT U, right? So they released Universe. Let's Play Ball. You know, they are from SM. A lot of baseball this week. Debuted 2016.
Right.
The last three NCT U songs were Work It, 90s Love, and From Home. And NCT U, just NCT U specifically, has 5 music show wins.
Oh wow.
Wow.
NCT U. You know, they're ramping up the end of the year NCTU content. I know there's another song coming out this week, right? I believe.
I think this is the pre-release of their full-length album, which is dropping in about 12 hours.
Yep. It's later. Yep, in 12 hours. Yep. You know, we will probably cover that release at the first episode of next year for sure. This song though, it's a pretty high energy, fun song. I think it's
hype.
I think it's better than some of the other NCT tracks this year, for sure. And this is a pre-release.
I would agree.
Oh, look at us!
There was a song about some sauces that are a little bit spicy that I wasn't a huge fan. And then there's another one. Which one did Warren call the Ballad of the Year? Yeah. Yeah, the Ballad of the Year sticker, which I wasn't the biggest fan of.
No, that's okay. You guys didn't see the video I tweeted.
I've seen it.
Okay. Okay. There was a remix of a ballad in that song, and it's strange as it works really well. But I agree with you. In comparison to some of those flat hitting tracks, this hits really well. You know, very dynamic, very hype, very exciting and engaging. Overall, very pleased, very happy. I like the dichotomy of like.
I feel like this is like boiled down NCT goodness, where it fits them as a group really well. The concept wise, you know, they look really cool and like the baseball jacket look might not be super in, but it works for NCT. You know what I mean?
It's the biggest trend of fashion right now. Get your varsity.
It's back.
There it is.
Back.
It's the biggest trend.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm a little bit off on that, but like I did not realize it's back.
Honestly, you should use SM as your lookbook sometime. If you don't know how to dress.
Credit to them for being super on trend again, right?
Oh,
like they know what they're doing. But fun song for sure.
Yeah, no, I think what really captures it really well is like the dichotomy of like the bassy trap sections, and then the R&B sections that are more like major and like poppy and like
I really like
popping. You know, like you know, like those two sections work really well against each other. And I think that's one of those things that K-pop really captures really well overall. But this song in specific captures it even better than a lot of the other tracks out there. But I feel like what we are missing with this track, and I feel, this is more of a personal wish more than anything, is like I wanted like a full rap verse, just 8 bars, you know, not a lot, just 8 bars, you know. Mark's over here doing the chorus and like the bridge, the pivot thing, and I'm like, can we get an 8-bar verse, please? Just not. Man, I don't know. Like, how about you? How'd you feel, Anita, about this track? How'd you feel?
I grew to like this. I feel like the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And I guess I heard it without the earphones on, like headphones on. So I didn't quite hear all of the audio, like the background instrumentals and stuff. But the beat is really good. Like it's a good beat. I like how the choreo goes really well with the beat as well. And there were certain aspects of the sound utilized here that reminded me of, I don't know if it's 90s, like a 90s sound effect, but it's like a very synthy, like keyboard. I don't know what the sound is called, but it reminded me of some of the instrumental from Bruno Mars in 24 Karat, that album, and in that song 24 Karat Magic, where it's like very like R&B-ish, but with a mix of hip hop. So I thought it was really nice, and I don't know where to place it. Like where's it coming from? Where's the inspiration? But it works. It works with this track, so I really like it.
There's like I think I know what you're talking about. It's one of those like lead synths you hear in 90s R&B a lot and G-funk music, like West Coast hip hop music in the 90s. It works really well all of it together, you know. And maybe this is a bit of a spicy take. I have a lot of spicy takes.
Oh, okay.
You know? We're back to the 2018 Warren today, you know. Before the cam, we're talking about pre-cam Warren, you know, OG
pre-cam Warren, yeah,
Ghost Pepper, and maybe this is a bit of a spicy take in that aspect, but I feel like between all the K-pop boy groups and girl groups, this NCT overall has the best understanding of a modern hip hop sound. I'm not talking about rap abilities, right? I'm just talking about
The sound.
right? The sound wise, the result wise, maybe they don't have the best verses or whatever, but at the end of the day, the resulting song, as a hip hop fan, I am most consistently pleased with how their songs sound, because YG has like a YG thing, you know. There's other groups that do their thing that sound very K-poppy, but NCT's out here, and their beats are so good. Remember, like one of the songs that brought me back into K-pop in 2015, straight up was 16. Was it Sixth Sense? Remember?
Oh, yes.
That's still my
debut.
favorite NCT song.
Same. And like ever since then, they've been just pushing out banger after like Cherry Bomb. I still listen to that.
Do you
like,
think this is also, your opinion is true for like a lot of Korean hip hop fans? Or do you think it's a Warren feeling?
there was a post I remember I read a couple years ago on a Korean hip hop forum called Hip Hop LE, and there was a couple music videos from NCT. One I remember specific. Well, there was Sixth Sense, and then there
Seventh
was
Sense.
Cherry Bomb. Seventh Sense, sorry. There was Seventh Sense and Cherry Bomb, and a couple more which I forget. There was one. There's a track called My Van, I think, on one of the recent albums.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one in particular was written by one of their favorite producers in K-hip hop called 250 or 250. He's not really a hip hop producer. He's more of an electronica producer. But the overall opinion there was their beats are just out of this world. It's just period.
Great
Really
production.
good. Yeah. Maybe their rap could use a little work. But they're also comparing these people to like the K-hip hop rappers as well.
Okay.
And I think Mark in particular does a really, really nice job because of his voice tone is just perfect for this. I can't say the same about the other rappers in the group, but hey, for this track in particular, Mark is the main rapper role. There's, other people who are doing decently well jobs as well. I feel like I'm speaking a lot today, but hey, that's because I can't complain. This song is great. I like it,
Let's move to a song that
Oh,
Warren
boy.
does have complaints about. That is ATEEZ The Real, also known as Mutt, and it is from KQ Entertainment. They debuted in 2018. Their last three songs were Deja Vu, Fireworks, I'm the One, and Inception, with 6 music show wins so far.
Okay, I know you prefaced this with me having a lot to say, but can I go after you two? If possible?
Okay. Let's point out some things.
Okay.
Probably a top 5 music video of the year.
Very fun.
I like the music
Very
video. It was great.
interesting.
Music
Yeah.
video is fun. I think the main word that I would assign to this song, positive and negative, is tropey, right?
Ah,
A lot
yep.
of tropes. Music video has that 90s sort of high school gang type vibe thing. And then there's also
2000s.
traditional aspects thrown in there as well. But one of the main storylines is like the high school and who's going to be the boss of the high school, that kind of vibe going on, which is a very popular thing. And how a lot of currently famous male actors in Korea got their starts in those type of movies, like
Yes.
20 years ago.
Yeah,
For sure.
Friends, Our Ruined Hero, like those movies.
Yeah, that's a very prominent movie trope in Korea. Was the like king of the high school vibe.
Yes.
So that's that. The song, I think it's super high energy. I think it fits ATEEZ well. My main thing overall, I think it's a fun song. I just think sometimes there's a lot going on, sensory overload at times. And I think that while trying to play into some of the tropes, they might have gone a little bit too far.
Over the edge.
Over the edge. So that's how I feel about this one, is very generally. What about you, Anita?
I pretty much have the same stance on this because I also noticed the tropes in the music video is a little bit more of a comedy side as well. Like it's supposed to be more fun, like not like super serious, but to some extent I'm like the audio itself, like without the music video, I'm like, it's not as strong as it could be. Like I feel like it depends on the visuals and the music video and that to be more, I guess, appealing to some extent, because they're really great performance. They really are, and their dance is great. I thought they
Dancing
had
was
great
on
energy
point, for sure.
Yeah, and it fits them. I think this is what I would expect from ATEEZ as far as choreo and energy, but the overall package, I just felt like it was a little too much. So it made me, I don't know, it made me not get into the song as much, I think.
And overall, I agree with you both.
Oh,
The
okay.
thing is,
Can I point out something before you?
sure,
say?
yeah.
So this song was originally done on Kingdom. I know we didn't
Right.
watch the end of Kingdom, but this was one of the songs they did on there.
I
Ah.
believe the official title of the track in the audio format is what Hung version. I'm not
Yep,
sure
yep,
what Hung
yep.
version is in English, but Hung, right, is like I don't want to say it's traditional per se, but it's a very Korean way to say positive, like musical energy. Right.
Yep.
And I think that's what they're going for, right? It makes a lot of sense given the oriental sounds that they're pushing. I did hear a Taepyeong. Let's start with the things I like, because there are a couple, right? There's like a Taepyeongso sound at the very beginning. It sounds a little too cleaned up. Taepyeongso sounds a lot dirtier when you play it, but that's there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I do feel like the Asian-ness of it feels rather generically oriental. There's like generic Asian drums playing in the build-ups and whatnot, which I think I've pointed out a couple times throughout this year and last year. I'm not usually a fan of it when they do that. Be specific if you're gonna do something that feels Asian, right? So let's go back to what you guys have been saying about this being too much. And this will be something I forever point out while doing the podcast is too much is always going to be worse than too little. Too much is just not a good idea. And here's the thing. When I went back and listened to the original track off of Kingdom, and it's already a busy and actually a very complete sounding track, albeit they do follow a lot of tropes I don't enjoy. The whole EDM thing feels like it feels like it's from a garage sale that Teddy ran in 2017. That's what it sounds like. sounds like YG Light, but in 2016 format. That's never the sound you want to go after, right? I feel like I was hearing a lot of songs like Bullshit by G-Dragon or Oh My God by Hwang Tae-ji. A lot of the mid 2010s YG sound, the strong trap EDM sounds that they've been really pushing. We're getting a lot of that here, except people weren't really into it by the year 2017, and they're like 4 or 5 years late to that hype train as well. So sound wise, I understand what they're going for, but we should question whether that was the right decision. But given it's a very hype sounding song, I can see what they're going for. I can see certain people would be excited about it. It's just we've already seen this executed so many times by different groups in such better quality that at this point, when I listen to the song, 10 seconds in, and I'm like, this is why? and the lyrics, which Doug alluded to earlier, has a lot of references to Hung, like Korean, Koreanness. And I feel like if it was integrated really, really well, it could have been a really cool opportunity. But you end up with a situation that's just kind of, for the lack of better word, it feels like we have all the three C's, We have the cringiness, the corniness, and cheesiness. This is like, as a fluent Korean speaker, as a Korean native, that's how you feel.
So you feel like they're just throwing in all the buzzwords possible.
Right. They just looked up all the words on the dictionary and just threw them all in. That feels somewhat relevant. And you know what? Maybe if that's what you're going for, go for it. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And this is where I feel like they threw in too many things into is it a 4-minute track, 3-minute half? I forget. 3:30. 3:30.
3 minute half.
Too much going on. And if the two of you are saying this is too much, it's absolutely way too much for me. Because if you listen to the build up, there's Asian drums, there's 5 different synths going on, there's the loop, there's the ARP going on. My God, it's easy to achieve a hype sounding song with 5 instruments. What's the need to have 25? And maybe if you're excited by louder sounds, I'm sure go for it. But I just think at this point, in the year, this point in musical history, I think this is not the kind of sound that I appreciate or enjoy. I don't know. I usually say this about a lot of ATEEZ tracks. I do. I traditionally haven't been a big ATEEZ fan, to be honest. The last track you guys didn't like, but I really liked it because it was a lot more relaxed and toned down. But you know, I feel like even among those ATEEZ tracks, like Wonderland, I did a very critical discussion about. And even among those songs, I feel like this is my least favorite among all of their title tracks. I haven't been listening to their B-sides. Yeah, I don't know. This just checks all the boxes for things I don't like in music.
Oh no.
I'm going to say that your understanding of Korean language probably influences this.
Probably.
I heard a couple, or I saw a couple other Korean speakers saying that they went a little bit too far with some of the ad libs and things like that.
Yeah.
For someone who doesn't understand Korean all that well, if you're just looking for something that's hype, and I could get why people really like this song for sure.
It's hype, yeah, it's hype.
It is
It's
hype,
energy.
Definitely hype, and I think that the
energy.
music video really helps it out. I just feel like certain points I'm like, oof, like we were doing a lot here. You know, I felt a
I'm tired.
little bit sensory overload for me. Overall though, it's fun. You know, it's kind of hype. You probably work out to this to have a good time.
Oh yeah. Play it at the gym. Play it at the club.
All right. Other songs released this week. Ravi released Ani. Song Mino released Tang. I guess like he's fallen off. You know, I was expecting a Song Mino track to like easily be covered, but like it got like not that many votes at all. I don't know.
Mino is one of those artists that are like really popular in Korea now, but like not outside Korea.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, Tang did really well in Korea. Like,
Yeah, but like in our voting, not that many. I was even trying to bend the rules to get it in there, but I was like, I don't think people just didn't vote for it.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it real quick if you guys want us to, but you know.
Monster
Decent album,
X
though. Like
released You Problem, which was an English release. That English though. FT Island released Unthinkable. Super Junior D&E released Need You, which is a pre-release. They're really trying hard with these Super Junior subunits for some reason. Like they're trying super hard for these Super Junior stuff. I don't know. Ailey and Wheein released Solo Christmas, which is a Christmas track. Minji of 21 released Fantabulous. That is how you say it, Fantabulous.
Wow.
And Moonbyul released a pre-release called G999. Not Girls Planet 999, just G999 for some reason.
Okay.
There's the next couple of weeks, there's a ton of holiday songs for some reason, more than ever. Like there's like 8 groups or artists releasing holiday stuff all of a sudden.
You're literally wearing a Santa hat.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not a fan of them. I'm just throwing it out there. I do not like holiday songs.
We have a lot of spicy takes today.
Since we have spicy takes, let's move on to Spice King. Last week, episode 168, Chungha's Killing Me picked up its second crown. Chungha is now eligible for Hall of Spice this week if it wins. Second place, Signature's Boyfriend, and in third place there was a tie between Kai's Peaches and Ive's 11. All right. New candidates this week. Lucy's Rolling Rolling, NCT U Universe Let's Play Ball, and ATEEZ The Real. I haven't decided my chart yet.
What?
Oh, goodness.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first this week. I didn't
I'll
think
go
about
first. Anita goes second.
I'll go
And
last.
then Doug goes last. How about that?
Okay.
Because, you know, not gonna lie, I also struggled with my chart. I kept changing it throughout the day.
Mine was easy.
Was it really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Killing Me by Chungha. I really like the song. I don't think it's perfect, but I still had a good time with it. But I haven't checked it out the entire week. So if there was a fourth place in my chart, that's where it would go.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Off
sorry.
your chart.
I mean, you know, it's just, I really like the songs from this week too, you know? Like Universe by NCT U. You know, again, I really like the beat. Think it's well organized, very, very well mixed. Just a banger overall. Really knows when to go in and go out. That's why it's third on my list.
Third?
On second, I have Boyfriend by Signature. I've low-key.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Low-key, I've been dancing to the song in the shower this week.
Nice.
I guess it's because the the Michigan bias.
Hey, shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Chloe. Chloe.
Oh, man. Oh man, I hope her group succeeds.
Yo, let us interview you, Chloe. Fellow Wolverines. Come on. Make it happen.
클로이 씨 인터뷰 좀 부탁드립니다. Oh man. Okay, signature second. I think it was a great song. What is on first is Rolling Rolling by Lucy. You know what?
Nice.
I think
Yes.
a lot of it came down to personal bias. Because I have a soft spot for songs like these. I do listen to weeb rock. What are you gonna do? Oh, who's not listening to YOASOBI nowadays, huh? Like it was not my
Right.
fault, right? Come on. But hey, really like their interpretation of that whole sound. Really like it. Doug is apparently in a bigger headache because I mentioned that.
Crisis.
I'm
But
having
you
a
still have a
crisis.
couple more minutes because Anita's gonna
no.
go next. Go, Anita.
Yes, and I'm gonna start in third place as well. It was kind of an easy lineup for me because I just moved things up and down. So
Okay.
on third place, I have Chunga killing me. So it went down a couple spots. It's been a couple of weeks since they came out, but it's still really great. I really like the sound that she's going for in this comeback. But it did fall down a little bit.
Bro, you were like so shocked when I put it on fourth. How you just put it on third? What
It's
is
still on my chart.
okay? Gee.
Second, is Lucy Rolling Rolling. I really like this song. I think it will probably grow more on me, and I will definitely check out more of their stuff in this album. I don't know. I really like their sound. I like how it all works together. The vocals, instrumental, visuals, everything. The vibe is there. So second is Lucy. And then in first, I have NCT U with Universe. I don't know. I think it's been growing on me. I will say the first listen wasn't like the best impression, I guess. I thought it was nice, but the more I listen to it and the more I hear of the beat, right? So like the instrumentals that's going on in the background and the choreo. The choreo is hype. I liked watching the live stage that came out not too long ago. Yeah, very, very nice. It works really well. Very nicely packaged. So it's number one.
Okay.
Why is Doug like hitting his own head? Are you okay? Mr. Doug?
I was racking
do
my
it.
brain using all of my 3 brain cells.
Oh boy.
I ended up
You have
not
3 whole
changing.
songs?
I ended up not changing what I had.
Okay. That's fair. Okay.
I was between 4 songs, right?
Right.
Chunga song, IVE, Lucy, and NCT U, right?
Okay.
Okay.
I was between those 4 songs.
No signature. Shame on you.
No, get out of here. Get out of here.
No
with that.
Kai. Shame on
The
you.
song in 4th place ended up being IVE. I've been listening to
Okay.
it a lot. I think it's way better than I initially thought. Even more,
It's
I like
catchy.
it more this week than I did last week, and I liked it last week.
Do you still dislike the slowdown build up?
No, I like it now.
Okay. See?
Right.
No, it's good. It's good. 3rd place, NCT U. I have Universe
Oh.
Let's Play Ball in 3rd. 2nd place, I have Lucy's Rolling Rolling.
Huh?
And in 1st place, I have Chunga's Killing Me.
Wow.
Wow.
So Gochu Gang Gang Gang.
Right.
With an enormous 51 points this week.
Wow.
They put Chunga's Killing Me in 1st place again.
Ooh.
2nd place, with 33 points, they put Signature's Boyfriend.
Wow.
And in 3rd place, with 23 points, they put IVE's 11.
Wow.
Interesting.
Very spread out voting this week.
Right.
As a result, let me go from 3rd to 1st. In 3rd
Okay.
place, we have NCT's U's Universe Let's Play Ball is in 3rd place. Mm-hmm. And there's no more tiebreakers anymore. There is a tie for 1st place.
Oh.
With 11 points each, Chunga Killing Me picks up its 3rd crown entering the Hall of Spice, and it shares its 1st place with Lucy's Rolling
Yay,
Rolling.
Lucy.
I think we are the first person to ever give Lucy an award. I think we might be.
First, but not the last.
SojuTalk
Like-
certified.
It got a crown from us, you know? They both
Yeah.
have 11 points. We stated at the beginning of season 4 that there's no more tie breaks. It is what it is. So we get both Chunga entering Hall of Spice with Killing Me. It is joining BTS Dynamite, Twice I Can't Stop Me, Dreamcatcher, Odd Eye, IU Lilac, Stacy ASAP, BTS Butter, Taeyeon Weekend, Sunmi You Can't Sit With Us, Stacy Stereotype, Twice the Feels, 17 Rock With You. And now Chunga's Killing Me is in that list as well.
What a great list of songs.
How many do we have there? 4, 8, 12. We have 12. 12 songs in there.
Man, that's a Nice list. We should do something with the list.
Okay, so one more time, Chungha and Lucy both pick up crowns this week. Chungha enters Hall of Spice, and in third place we have NCT U's Universe. Boom.
Real quick aside, X by Chungha was not even in the prelim for the Winter Wonder World. It's a great song.
Not one person
It's a
nominated
good
it.
song, yeah.
No.
You didn't nominate it though.
I didn't want to nominate because I'm running the whole thing. I'm looking at everyone's nomination.
Hey, you're allowed to.
I mean, I just wanted to keep it fair and a fair game for everybody. Just fair as a square. But everyone is apparently hibernating. Let's move on to the show winners.
Yes, so we have IU. Once again, with Strawberry Moon winning on Show Music Award and Inkigayo, so she picked up a triple crown there and 8 total wins.
That's a
for this
lot for
song.
that song. I'm a IU
I did not
fan,
see that
and that's
coming.
a lot of wins.
Yeah. Good for IU, though.
IU name is strong and going.
It is. Also, Stray Kids with Christmas Evil.
Evil.
First
Evil.
win on Music Bank.
Hey.
Dance to them. And then IVE with 11. First win ever on Show Champion.
Wow.
Only 7 days after debut.
It took 1 week for them to pick a win.
Amazing.
Additionally,
Wild.
IVE now has the second highest first week sales of any girl group album debut in Hanto history.
Wow. Oh my god.
So
IVE
they sold
is real.
152,000 albums in the first week. Third place, surprisingly, I thought this was the first one. It's not. It's Blackpink with 102,000. And then first place all time is aespa 276,000.
IVE.
Wow.
Nice.
IVE. Super hyped up. They're already 100K
Yeah.
sellers. Kinda crazy.
I guess it makes sense for Blackpink to be only at 100,000, given they debuted like 6 years ago when like K-pop was very different, or 5 years ago when K-pop was very different.
True.
But 150K from a not big 3 girl group.
Yeah,
Right.
they are. They're super hyped. There's a lot of memes and stuff about them. A lot of content being released right now. People are really into them as a whole. So shout out to them.
Nice.
All right, we're now at the end of part 1 of SojuTalk episode 169. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 169, where we discuss recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. All right, news and events. Not a ton because we're towards the end of the year, but there is some things. The first one, winners of the 2021 Mnet Asian Music Awards, also known as MAMA. So on December 11th, the 2021 Mnet Asian Music Awards were held at CJ E&M's Content World in Paju City, Gyeonggi Province. So if you've been kind of keeping track, CJ's kind of has their own facility now in order to do things. They pretty much built one. Paju's really been developing lately too. You hear it all the time now in a lot of things. But they had an award show. There was a one-on-one stage. I saw that. Kepler wasn't there because they had COVID concerns, and they're also delaying the debut. That's in the we'll talk about that later.
Dang.
But in terms of the awards, there's 4 day songs. BTS clean swept them all. So Artist of the Year,
Wow.
Song of the Year for Butter, Album of the Year for B, and Worldwide Icon.
Wow. Oh
Some
my
people
god.
are like,
Really
why did B
sweet.
win? Mnet counts for Mnet Asian Music Awards, Mama, they count from like November of last year to now. So since B was released in November, it counts for this year.
Okay.
So shout out
Alright.
to BTS.
Nice.
Yeah,
Big
they're
shout
killing
out.
it. Other notable awards. So Worldwide Fans Choice Top 10. So this is what the fans around the world think are the top 10 artists of this year. Stray Kids, NCT Dream, NCT 127, Enhypen, TXT, BTS, Blackpink's Lisa, 17 Treasure, and Twice.
Wow.
Why is Lisa there alone?
Right.
I don't know. I feel like we're missing like IU, aespa. I don't know.
Yeah, aespa.
Yeah. Wait
In
a
terms
minute.
of some other groups, other group awards, Best Group Female went to Twice. Best Group Male went to BTS. Best solo artist, well, best artist, but it's pretty much solo artist. Female went to IU. Best artist male went to EXO's Baekhyun. And then in terms of the rookie awards, so this also has a weird like lag where you can be a little bit older.
Timeline.
It went best new artist female went to aespa. Best new artist male went to ENHYPEN. Overall, pretty vanilla choices, right? I'm not too surprised by anything, right?
I guess people might argue against aespa given like Mama's strange rules. But I mean, if I think about all the female groups that debuted in the last couple of years or last year or two, aespa does come to my mind very much.
Year and like 2 months is more or less because they had a November debut as well.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
And then ENHYPEN was November 30th, so they all count for.
Okay. Yeah. And ENHYPEN was pretty hyped too. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
and 2021 in specific, there weren't any like super high tier company debut for groups. These are the last two big ones, so it does make sense here. All right.
Yeah.
Here's some more news. Additionally, at Mama 2021, Mnet announced Boys Planet for 2022.
What?
Whoa.
I thought we
Boys
were gonna
Planet.
stop.
Nope. Going full in.
And I had this question: are they gonna try to do it a voice version? They are.
How do you feel about this, Anita?
Well, there were a lot of oofs, a lot of problems with Girls Planet in the structure of it, right? Specifically, the voting system. So I
Voting
hope,
system,
yeah,
the
I hope this
stupid
addressed.
cells, the
Yes.
discrepancy between Korean votes and international votes, and the waiting. Like,
I'm so curious to see if they change any of that because it'd be interesting.
Anita, you're lying to yourself if you think this is gonna change. It's only gonna get worse from here. Cells,
Oh boy.
I bet they're gonna double down on the cell thing.
10-person cells.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen after that? Girls Planet 1000? Like how?
Hey, they might.
9992?
And here's the thing: it's like I know Girls Planet happened. It wasn't it was not that hyped up, And like with Kepler not being able to debut because of other things, it's basically a COVID concern. They're not debuting till January. It's one of those things you got to strike while the iron's hot, and it feels like we're missing the window a little bit,
A tiny bit,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, I do think at the end of the day, maybe there's something CJ gains outside viewership with these programs, whether that be Girls Planet or whatever planet or whatever few seasons. Because I was looking at their show lineup for next year, and there was also Street Woman Fighter season 2. That's gonna be a whole thing,
Yes.
right? There's gonna be Show Me the Money season 11 for
Oh,
Christ's
Jesus.
sake. Yeah. And I think all of these play a critical role in like the way CJ runs business in the music industry. So maybe, regardless of hype level, CJ wants to keep doing this.
I feel like
whole idol.
Street Woman Fighter was like this was it, because like the female talent on that show were like a lot of the
Insane.
really notable
Yeah.
girl dancing and crews, right? So if they're gonna run it back with Street Woman Fighter 2, I think they're gonna get creative with the people they invite on it in the next season.
I think they should. And I specifically want them to change a little bit of the judges panel.
Oh God, yeah.
I feel that the judges panel, this coming one, will be a lot of the leaders from this year.
That seems more fair to me.
Well, yeah, Mnet
Yeah.
did that with Show Me the Money.
No, that's what they're gonna do. I would highly expect like Aki, Noj, like Monica as the judges for next season.
I don't know how big the street dancing community in Korea. I don't know how big it is. But
Hey, there might actually be even like crazier people coming up because they realize the show's gonna be popular. Like some of the 1 million Dance Academy. What if like May J Lee comes out with a crew or something?
Oh,
She
boy.
probably will.
Right? It might happen. Huh.
Nah,
well,
Major Lee might be
Myung,
like,
yeah.
I deserve to
Myung?
judge.
Yeah,
Yes.
true. Honestly, she does. Right?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I do agree with you. This was the most popular like media franchise of the year.
Yes.
So obvious we're seeing season 2. Surprised by Boys Planet,
Very much.
but not complaining.
Hey, like I think like all these
More
shows could be big. Like I mean, Show Me the Money, regardless of what's going on. Like it's still super hyped up as a program, you know.
It's a staple now.
I'll talk
staple.
about Show Me the Money a little bit at the end of the show, given season 10 is over.
All right.
Wait, what if Girls Planet season 2, Anita, Leah Kim just shows up with her teachers and just wins it? Like she could.
She could.
Because she's a part owner of 1 Million, right? She just shows
Yeah.
up with the other teachers and is like, we're just gonna win, you know?
That's the crew.
That's the crew.
The 1 million crew.
Like Leah Kim and her friends. They'll just win. No problem, right? Like it'd be
I'm
so easy
excited.
for her to win if she wants to do that. All right, let's move on, Anita. There is some JYP news a-brewing right now.
Yes, there is. So JYP Entertainment has confirmed all 7 members of their new girl group.
Wow.
So on December 10th, JYPN released a video titled All Qualified. And the All Qualified video basically introduces the 7 members who had previously been introduced one by one or in units. So the lineup so far is Kyujin, Jiwoo, Bae, Jinny, Seohyun, Haewon, and Lily. So that's the girls. Tentatively titled JYPN, the new girl group is set to debut on February 2022. So next year.
I know who Lily is. She was on
Me too.
Superstar K or one of those shows back in 2005.
Star, or-
K-pop star, yeah.
Yeah.
She's been in the dungeon for like 6
tiny.
years.
Oh, she's not the
Yeah.
Twitch streamer that's dating Mike Reeves.
No, it's not Lily Pichu. yo, I don't know who this Bae girl is, but just say, yo, I stand Bae. Like, I feel like she has to be everyone's bias, right?
That's a girl crush
stage name is Bae. Like,
Bae.
who do you like in that girl? I like Bae, you know? Like, I feel like that's a really smart move, actually, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all capitals, too? Like, come on.
Apparently, her Korean name is Baejin Sol, and the Bae is where Bae comes from. Her last name.
Still, I think this is just really smart of them to do that.
I'll go for it.
Yeah, so people are oh yeah, she does have the girl crush vibe going on. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it does kind of make sense. This is such an interesting thing, right? They did that blind packaging like album
Yeah.
that
Right.
a million like hundreds of thousands of people bought, right? And this group is coming in February. You know, Twice, I think we're in like Twice is established. They're older group now. You know, they're veterans now, right? They're in the game. They're doing their thing. I think that they have achieved the bar of success where it doesn't matter what happens below them in their company, right? They are a fixture in the Korean K-pop scene. They are legends of the game already, right? For girl groups. Boom.
Yep.
They are the second coming of Girls' Generation in terms of popularity. I think everyone will agree to that. ITZY, super hyped first like 3 songs, right?
Great
Super
first
hyped up.
run. Yeah.
Great first run. Everyone was like, this is the Twice killer. Even though we like both groups, right? They're like, this is the new superstar girl group. aespa comes along, destroys 2021. Objectively speaking, ITZY has a bit of a down year because a lot of people felt that their songs, they were lukewarm about the songs, right?
Oh, yeah.
And during the lukewarm period, JYP's like, you know what? Another girl group for everyone.
A little
Right?
concerning.
Little concerning. I don't know what's going on, right?
It's crazy. Also the level of pre-debut stuff
Yes,
happening for
yes.
this group. It's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
They are trying really hard with this group.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I know that with ITZY, Ryujin was on that Mix 9 crap that happened.
Right,
and then Yeji was on the stage. But like nowhere near the level of prep work. This prep work that they're doing for this almost feels like the prep work that they did for Blackpink back in the day. You know how they teased it for a long time.
Yes.
And here's the thing. You can really tell this in the way they're running things in JYP, because normally the way they have 3 departments in JYP. There's department 1, 2, and 3. They created a whole ass department 4 just for the debut of this group. And
Yeah.
normally, like, these people have been a part of different departments. There's a new like leader, a team manager of the department. She's it's like they were apparently the casters behind Sunmi of Wonder Girls, Jinon of 2AM, Nikkun, Jonghyun, Sana, Jiho, Zui. You know, like there's a lot of talent in going into the production here too. So they are really behind this. This is like apparently gonna be their biggest move yet. Who knows?
Here's the thing. I feel that JYP, they're not blind. They see how well aespa's doing with the humongous investment into a group, right? Like massive effort, mass scaling of everything, huge prep work, other content regarding them, right?
Yeah.
Building a universe around them. I feel like this is their response to that,
I kind of agree.
right? I think this is clearly a response to how big aespa's getting. We'll have to see, because I really hope I'm gonna put on some devil's advocate here. So I'm gonna put on my evil hat for a second. I really hope ITZY doesn't become an FX, you know? I'm really hoping it doesn't happen.
I don't think so.
I think that they need to hit 2022. Their first song of 2022 is probably not going to come before February, but it's probably the most important song of their career.
Well,
I do think if I have to make a prediction about 2022, it's the most important year for ITZY.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If this new group for JYP comes out and the song is fire, like it is ridiculously good, or it doesn't have to be a really good song. If it's as popular as an aespa track was in this year, there's a lot of crazy things will happen, I think, right?
a lot of moves.
A lot of moves will
A lot
be
of
made.
moves.
Like this group is already 100 seller without releasing music, right?
That's true. That's true.
It's just insane. Overall,
So-
I'm very excited though, for sure.
Real quick, JYP has already applied for 2 trademarks.
Oh no.
Huh?
One of it, which they applied in March, was Squad with a 4. I think we talked about this a while back. on the
Yeah, I
show.
think so.
Yeah. The other is NMix with 2 X's.
N-Mix?
NMix. This is apparently they applied for this in September. Who knows? Because we know JYP is prepping a lot of groups at the moment,
Yep.
right? It could be either or none of these, but
Hey, where's the YG Baby Monsters at too, right?
Who knows?
Who knows? There's been stuck in the basement a long time, those kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's happening at JYP. We do have a little bit of SM news. They're doing some big stuff too, Aaron. What are they doing?
they have a whole SM Town 2022 roadmap coming along, right?
Wow.
They announced a whole bunch of stuff. So
Yeah, so this is just like the recent stuff. I'm sure there'll be more stuff going in the following year.
right, reading their new press releases, it sounds like they have a lot more stuff coming. But for now, leading into the end of the year and the beginning of next year, first of all, they're gonna have a album together as SM called SMCU Express, dropping on December 27th. So SM does this every now and then. You know, they get
Yeah.
together, right? Release the whole big song, like they bring in Super Junior.
They get the town together, you know?
right,
All the
entire
artists.
town. You'll see some like, Girls' Generation people too. Like it'll be a whole big party. Espo will probably be there too. You know, so that's gonna happen. On the 30th, we don't know what this is yet apparently, but there's gonna be an art exhibition called SM Town Experience Play at Gwangya happening on December 30th.
Kwangya.
Pushing the whole Gwangya thing. They don't stop there apparently, because on January 1st, they're gonna have a big concert called SM Town Live 2022 called SMCU Express at Gwangya. Again, Gwangya.
So it really feels like SM in 2022 is digging their heels in with this Kwangya stuff. Where like this is the year
SMCU.
that everything will be related to this Kwangya stuff, and they'll live or die by it in 2022, right? That's what it feels like to
Yeah.
me. Like it feels like this is the year for them to try to make this work.
Pushing it.
They're gonna push it real hard.
I mean, for me, at the very least, it sounds a little funky. Because to translate, it says they're playing at the plains. Playing at
Flats.
you know what? I mean, they said they were doing the SM Culture Universe thing. That's their whole
Yeah.
thing. They're doubling down. I appreciate that. That's always cool. Respect,
Commit.
you know. Commit. We'll see
Yeah.
more of it next year. Who knows?
So now that CJ might have the controlling stake eventually, are they gonna still
Right.
like this Kwangya thing? You know, like that's another thing to think about, right? But overall, I think they have so much power and money and influence that they're willing to try this. I'm excited. Hit me with my SMMMO, please, so I can stop playing New World. Please let me play this other one instead.
Yes.
Other news though, Weverse is having so they do these end of the year things, right? They always have these end of the year performances. They had one last year. This one is Weverse Con, is taking place on December 31st. Listen to this group of artists. Bumzu, I think this is Down, right? Is that how I pronounce that?
yeah,
Dawn.
Dawn, and Hypen from Miss 9, Justin Bieber, Ehyun, 17, TXT. One of these things is
Justin
not like the
Bieber.
other. He is announced to be taking part in Weverse Con.
Wow.
Well, all you believers out there.
In the formal press release and the list of people, Justin Bieber is just in the middle of it. Not special guest Justin Bieber. He's just in the lineup, just chilling. Next to Ehyun and From His 9.
Can't wait to hear Justin Bieber perform his hit single, Yummy.
If I told you 2 years ago that there will be a Weverse event for Hybe, and there would be From His 9 and Justin Bieber listed next to each other, you would think I'm insane, right? If I told you this 2 years ago.
No,
what a world.
How'd you get Bieber on this?
Yeah, and From His 9's now in Pledis. Like, who would have thought all that would have happened, right?
Man.
It's insane.
I feel bad for Bumzu.
Yeah, some of these like tiny artists relative to these other people, like
I don't know who Leon is.
Yeah, but they're gonna be
dad's
there.
name is close to Leon.
I mean, they gotta carry because BTS is on break. They gotta carry this.
Well, so they brought in Bums. Does he still make music?
He must.
I remember him off of Superstar K3.
Well, he's got to make some music because he's got to compete with Justin Bieber for airtime. Yes.
All right. I guess I thought he was just producing music for 17, but I guess he's still an artist. So let's go.
All right. Another news. Hashtag BTS was the #1 most used hashtag in the world on Twitter in 2021.
Wow.
And I think they had a Stop Asian Hate tweet, which was one of the most retweeted things in the entire world too.
Wow.
Last year. So that's cool. So here we're at the Kepler news. Wake One and Swing shared that the release of Kepler's first album, First Impact, is officially pushed back to January 3rd. So the Girls Planet 999 debut group had to postpone after a staff was confirmed positive for COVID-19. So they were going to have the debut showcase. They were going to do something at Mama. None of that could have happened because of this COVID situation. Makes sense, though.
Makes sense.
Next one. Gaon Chart announces that they will start to officially include Spotify domestic data on their digital chart calculation. So Spotify is now being more integrated into things.
Cool.
And then finally, IVE is joining Universe on December 20th.
Universe.
Nice.
Boom. All right, announced comebacks. Some of these are holiday songs, holiday releases. GOT7's Youngjae, December 15th. SHINee's Mino, December 21st. Kang Hae-won is releasing an album.
Oh.
December
Wait.
22nd.
An album or a single? What?
It's a special album. There is multiple tracks, sir.
Interesting.
Bam Bam, December 28th. Up Tension, January 3rd. In Hypin, January 10th. 17's Woozy is having a mixtape sometime in January. Alexa in January. And then Victon released this giant trailer for 2022 comeback.
Oh boy.
I don't know what that's about.
Keep it vague.
Keeping it vague, but there is a teaser out for them for 2022.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, this Kang Hae-won album thing. Like, I've been watching her variety content lately because she's kind of funny and I like her as a person. But, like, we're getting multiple tracks from Kang Hae-won. Who would have thought that would ever happen?
Nice.
I'm trying
Yes.
to. They apparently have 5 tracks on this.
There's a medley already.
EP.
There's the preview medley. You can listen to it already.
It's an EP full of winter songs.
Yeah.
Are they all gonna be rap songs?
No, they're all singing. She's singing in all of them, dude.
What? Rapper, get back on rapping.
Yeah, so that's happening. All right, we're at State of the Nation now.
How's
Holidays
your
are
week
coming.
been, guys?
Did a lot of cyber holiday shopping,
Oh,
yeah? Cool.
nice.
Had to buy gifts for presents for people. Anita still did not fork me the bill for some Animal Crossing stuff, which she does have to do for her birthday. Just been enjoying the winter season.
Chilling.
Fishing is slowing down. Been playing some New World. There was a war during the recording that I couldn't join. Based on the amount of people in this voice channel, we definitely lost. I could tell because if we had won, it would have cleared out by now.
Oh no.
Well,
Yeah, we definitely
Big rip.
lost. A big rip.
big rip.
Yeah. Not that much going on for me, honestly.
That was rather short. I mean, holidays, right? I checked out. So last Christmas season, I was actually in Michigan with my family, but this year I'm in New York. So I've been doing all the touristy stuff, like seeing all the lights and stuff.
Oh, nice.
I went to see the Rockefeller Center tree.
It's a big tree.
It's a gigantic tree. You know what? Sure, it's a whole touristy jig, but it's really cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
There was like Saks Fifth had this whole light show thing, which is also really cool. I've seen the clips of it a couple times, but it was really cool. Jam packed with people, but hey, I did get my booster shot. I have 7G coming out of my finger.
Yeah,
so-
they
Nice.
tightened up the COVID stuff in New York City again, right?
Yeah.
Statewide.
There's a statewide mandate for indoor masks. So wear your masks if you're indoors. Speaking of which, end of the year also means Show Me the Money has wrapped up recently.
Right.
I'm a little late. This wrapped up 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, something like that. I haven't actively been watching the shows, but I did watch a lot of the music that's been coming out of it. It's very pop heavy, a lot of singing, if anything. Obviously, sing rap has been like a very big part of hip hop in the last couple of years, and they've been really utilizing to the fullest. A lot of my favorite tracks lost because they're very hip hop focused and less pop focused, which makes sense. Show Me the Money, is all about which one is more popular with the pop folks. But one of the biggest, I want to say, stars that's come out of Show Me the Money has been Bio.
I heard of him.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's this guy. I think he was a part of Sunny's company, his little thing. But to most people, he's very new. I mentioned him a couple times when I was talking about Show Me the Money. He has a very much, he has a PH1-esque position. Right?
Yeah.
He's able to sing a bit. He's able to rap a bit. He's able to mix those two a bit. Frankly, I think PH1's better at what they're doing, but Bio still does a really good job. If anything, the second prelim round, where he did a song called Counting Star,
Yes, I heard of that too.
it went viral, right? It went absolutely viral in Korea. It was great. It had a great chorus. It sounds so clean and just addicting. It's great. It's great. Just check it out. But do check out the Show Me the Money version, because 2 days ago or 3 days ago was it? The official audio version of that was released.
Okay.
With a featuring verse from Bean Zeno.
Ooh.
Obviously, Zeno is like one of the all-time greatest of Korean hip hop now. But he does his thing. Bio does his whole thing. The mix is awful.
Oh no.
I don't know. I'm gonna guess that this was a song that Bio worked on before Show Me the Money, and they're just releasing it now with the pre-Show Me the Money level equipment and mixing
That's what
quality.
It sounds like. Yeah.
Right. It sounds like someone put a microphone on the final mix of the vocal and just put that in. It's not great. But, the whole melody's there. The melodies are just really, really good. The rap verse is pretty solid. So personally speaking, he's not my favorite personal pick of Show Me the Money, but for a lot of our listeners out there, I think he's going to be really enjoyable. So he really did want to kind of plug him in. It's been a great year for K-hip hop, if anything. But he's one of the new, superstars. There's a new album by Changmo called Underground Rockstar, which has been wildly popular with the hip hop folks. Changmo, if you don't know who that is, he's one of the most popular K-hip hop musicians currently, period.
Maestro.
Like Maestro, Meteor was one of the biggest hits of that year, right?
Yeah.
And this LP, the studio album, is a follow-up to the album that had Meteor in it. You know what? The first couple of weeks with it, I was like, this is kind of not good. But now I've come around a bit, and I'm really, really liking some of the songs. And second track in particular is called Taeji, which is a clear reference to Taeji and the Boys from the early 90s, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know who Taeji and the Boys are, they are the people who allow K-pop to exist.
To be what it is today. Yes.
Right. If they weren't there, the whole boy group model, idol, that would not have been there at all. Like, if you listen to Song of the Year in the year before Taeji debuted and the year they debuted in, they're wildly different sounds. Because right up until then, Trot was like the mainstream of everything. And then these kids, these three young boys came out of nowhere and they were rapping and doing like pop music. So it was a revolutionary moment for Korean pop music, K-pop overall. And there's and the whole song is partially an homage to his song "Come Back Home," as well as him saying that he is the Taeji of the current
Oh.
generation. Right.
Oh.
That's right. This is a strong statement to make.
Big words.
I know, but to a degree, I think it's convincing and pretty persuading to the point where I'm like, dang, I think we have right here my favorite Korean hip hop song of the year. Also, it's just super hype. It's just super hype. It's just
listen to it.
super hype track. So if you're into K-hip hop by any means, highly encourage you to check that out. I'm sure you're excited about all the other stuff that's coming out too. Like Sick K's coming back from the military soon.
Yay.
Homie Dill is having an album next week. Man, it's been a solid year for our genre. Haven't talked about K-hip hop in a while on the show, so I thought I would plug it in a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, that is my life.
I forgot to mention other K-pop things. So
Oh yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Twice to their tour added 2 more dates because the rest of them sold out. So there is a new date,
Oh,
February
jeez.
15th. So it's the day before the original one in LA. There's another date there, and then
Okay.
February 27th, the Sunday. So there was already a Saturday show, but they added a Sunday show for New York as well.
Wow.
The demand is there.
And then finally, as of December 15th, Weekly will continue their members as 7. After close consideration with Jiyoon's specialist and her family, they have decided that Jiyoon can continue her activities with Weekly again. So I'm now full.
Yay.
Okay.
I'm so glad.
I'm glad.
All right.
You know who is pausing their activities?
Who?
You just
From Miss Nine Beauty? Oh, she's also. Never
Oh.
mind.
Oh,
you just
what?
look has COVID.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
like as
no.
COVID. That affects like a lot of the industry.
Yeah.
Big rip to
So
a
many
lot of variety
things.
shows. Oh man.
Oh, dang.
Yep. Well, that's that. Just I don't know why I said that. How's your week been, Anita? How have you been doing?
Pretty okay. Not a ton of stuff going on. Oh, I did want to mention something because we talked about it a little bit briefly about Street Woman Fighter getting a new season, right?
Oh yeah.
Currently, there's a spin-off going on called Street Dancer Girl Fighter.
Yep,
which is
that is a show. Yep.
Yes, which is basically having some members, the leaders of the crews from the first season, as judges and leaders of teams, basically, with a bunch of girls, teens. I believe, I don't know the exact range of ages, but they look to be in their teens, high schoolers, and they have their crews and they're competing against each other, trying to get into a crew of one of the leaders from the original series. It's very, very cool. I think the talent is definitely there, and I've seen a couple of clips on YouTube. I haven't really gotten into the show itself, but I will probably start it soon because it's really hype. The talent is insane. They are so in love with the girls from the season Street Woman Fighter because they super fans of them. And I don't know, I just like the vibe. It's definitely giving me more ABDC in the formation of like crews and like kind of competing against each other. I don't know, I like it, and I'm wondering how this will affect the announced second season of Street Woman Fighter, if they're gonna come back as judges for that as well, or just have a whole new lineup, because it's very interesting how they're just pushing this. They want them on everything. It's great. More dancer shows. I like it.
I feel like it's gonna be a huge trend in pop music, or sorry, not
Yeah.
pop music, pop culture for
Entertainment.
the next bit.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised they didn't do a guys version of this. I kind of thought like they're gonna do like a one-off, one-on for that, like they typically do for their survival shows, but I guess not. I guess they just want to see how far this goes with the original setup.
Oh, it'll happen eventually. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I feel like it will. I mean, Boys Planet is happening, and I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Boys Planet 999.
Yeah, we'll
Oh
see.
boy.
Do we got anything else? Honestly,
We good.
I think we could.
Stan
Animal
LaCroix.
Crossing. I feel like
No.
in 2022 we need to get some activities going again. You know,
You need to what?
Yes.
we need activities again.
Activities?
World Cup.
Oh, at the end of the
Yes.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, let's get meta for a second, right? We haven't talked about this yet, but so we've moved a lot of that content off into the Twitch streams on Thursdays.
True.
Yeah, because I feel like the World Cup content. I love doing them. I think whatever stupid topic you have, it's a great playground for me to spew out whatever verbal garbage that's running through my brains at the moment. And I feel I need to apologize to Anita because she has to deal with my crap every week. So at the moment, I think it works out better that way. Although, because we have other stuff going on in our lives, we're not able to stream on a consistent basis.
True.
Right, like the way Twitch is set up, it's a little difficult to have one of the three of us do whatever we want whenever we want. With the whole security stuff, which is understandable. So it's a bit of a difficulty there. We'll have to figure out some solutions there as well.
We'll do something though.
But I do agree. We should probably come back to doing stuff here. We'll think of stuff for.
Because like I get that like we talk State of the Nation. People want to hear what's going on with us, but like a lot of people are here just for the K-pop content too. You know, so it's like
That's
it's
true.
hard to balance that. You know.
Well, we had the idea for Dear SojuTalk a while back ago, right?
Yeah.
Is that a spoiler? I don't know, but
No. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had that, and then the other one where people send hot takes and we react to them.
right.
Correct. Yes.
Right. If you have, we'll do it when we know we're gonna be ready to do it. But if you have life troubles / hot takes that you want to bestow the nation with,
Just know if
Get 'em
we're
ready.
uncomfortable covering the subject matter, it will not be talked about.
right?
Just-
To our discretion. Yeah.
Right. We can't cover like serious issues like
For
if you-
fun.
right. If you have a crush on a girl and you want our advice on asking her out, bro, I got you. Like that's the level I will help you with. You know? Are you cool with that, Doug?
Okay.
Here's the
All
thing:
set.
if you
Big sigh.
actually listen, if you actually listen to the advice we give, then that's also another issue in itself. But-
Just know, like, we're not gonna give you 100% serious response. Just letting you know.
No, we're
fun,
we're
for
just
fun.
doing it for
Yeah.
the. Come on, yeah. Don't ask us seriously.
We
No.
to also get meta, we had a channel in our Discord where it was just kind of like open venting, and there was a decision to remove it somewhat recently because it got into territory that we didn't feel qualified responding to. So I'm just hoping that segment wouldn't also tread into that area.
Oh
You
no,
know what
no,
I mean?
we're gonna keep it pure comedy.
That's why I don't want to say like, are you having life problems? You know, because that's what it leads into.
Okay, life problems might be not the right word.
I want to be like, do you want our feedback on something? That's the better way to do it, right?
There you go.
Or do you want to comment on
Feedback.
something going on with you, right?
yeah.
That's I think a better way to put it.
Do you want to know what to eat for dinner today? I will help you.
Yeah,
I will help you figure out your dinner.
hey, SojuTalk, I'm taking a trip to New York. What should I have while I'm over there?
that's
We could
perfect,
talk
yeah.
about that for a long time.
Yeah,
you know.
I could give you all the advices like Olive Garden at Times Square, everybody's favorite restaurant, right?
Or it's like,
Olive
hey,
Garden,
I'm going to Disney World. Do you want to talk about this? I could talk about Disney World for hours, no problem.
oh yeah, that's
There
your
you
thing.
go.
But just the random things like that.
Working
Yeah.
on this. Working
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this.
Don't ask us for serious help. We're just three random
Yeah.
kids on the basement who talk about
Yeah,
K-pop.
send us a question that would actually lead to an interesting discussion.
We'll open up the room for questions when we do open up the room for questions. We're gonna be gone for like 2 weeks. Can't ask for that now.
I mean,
but-
I was just gonna say throw it in the comments. We'll look at it eventually.
Oh, okay. Do that too then. Okay. We'll get to
Yeah.
them eventually. Or email it to us. That'll be even better.
Email it SojuTalkPodcast@gmail.com. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or if you have a hot take, like I know there's people who drop stuff into unpopular K-pop opinions, right? And sometimes it'll be like wildly unpopular, but everyone agrees with it. Or if you just have a strong opinion that where you agree with the three of us or disagree
Or
with the
disagree,
three of us.
yeah.
Right. Maybe today you listen to the episode and you're like, Warren, you have no idea what you're talking about. ATEEZ the song was amazing. You are a hoo-hoo-head. If you want to say that, go ahead. Send us an email because I know a lot of people like to like write long comments without coming off as aggressive, right?
right.
'cause they have a lot to
Conversation
say.
starters.
Right. let's get a bit of a back and forth going. That'd be kind of cool. We'll open up the floor. We'll get more specific later on down the road. SojuTalk Podcast at gmail.com. Twitch is usually on Thursdays or Wednesdays, but not this week. We'll return to it eventually. Just go to the Discord or Twitter if you want to follow us on Twitter if you want to know when we stream. Thank you very much. Or follow us on Twitch if you want to know when we stream.
Should we do the yearly reflection now or the award show? We're not having an episode for it.
Let's do it on the
road show.
Award show. Yeah, that's
I have some thoughts about 2021 in K-pop.
Oh, it's brewing.
I've already dropped mine.
Next week, though, Tuesday, tomorrow, we have NCT and Billy is having a holiday track. Wednesday, GOT7's Young J is dropping something. And then on Saturday, on the 18th, Purple Kiss is dropping a holiday track. There's a lot of other holiday tracks by...
It's the season.
Yeah, everyone's releasing them. It's becoming a trend, I think.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
All right. This has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week. We'll see you guys in like 10 days or so with the award show. Yeah, sometime around then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be after Christmas, but before New Year's is when that will come out.
That's the range.
That's the range for us. But we'll see you guys then, everyone. Bye.
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 Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons. Bagel, Based Mina, Brian, Shadow, Cotton Ball, Delmonic, Ellie, Genki Boy, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, and Jay Parks. Tier, thank you for joining SojuTalk. And special thanks to our Discord server mods, Jacob, K-Music Erday, Koala, Mafiar, Max, No Bias Nuna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.